Why I need my phone? Because that's where I look at the comments. Never mind. We are live in Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Facebook group. Today's training, we're going to be talking about how you can partner with us on deals. So we're going to go over that in detail and talk about some deals maybe we're partnering with people now. Is my audio working? Yeah, I don't know if it's working or not.
Oh, you want to go Facebook?
Never mind. Audio is on. So my goal is to we do these weekly trainings for free to help you, and hopefully one day we can partner on a deal. Hopefully one day we can partner on a deal in the future. We have free live training every Monday at 12, and we have a membership group where we go live every Tuesday at 12, and our Facebook group is Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Live. So if you go in the group, if you just go to the features section, you can see all the replays, and we have over like 200 replays of videos. We've been closing deals every month for the last 15 years. So hopefully those trainings will help you and eventually help you close deals, whether you do them on your own or partner with us. That would be great too. If you are a buyer looking for deals in the Chicagoland area, we do also in Northwest Indiana. We send deals out on this list too because it's nearby. Go to bestchicagoWholesaleDeal.com/buyers. If you have a deal that you need a buyer, or you have a deal under contract direct to owner that you need a buyer, or you own a property, let us know. We can see how we can help you. Okay. So we're talking about how we can partner with us today. So we have many strategies that we're getting paid every month. We're doing rehabs, we're doing wholesales, we're doing rent to owns, we have Airbnbs. We're doing straight options. Those can turn into like normal listings. So we have multiple strategies where you can get paid every month. That we have a system that we use. So every lead that comes in, does it work for this offer? No. Does it work for this offer? No. Like we just had a deal. We offered them 90,000. It's in Ottawa, Illinois. So these are deals I don't put on my email list because they're far away, and we got it under contract. We offered them 90,000 on the cash offer for us to rehab it ourselves. That didn't work, so we offered him I think 105 to wholesale it. That didn't work. So he was up to 115. So we turned it into a straight option. So we basically just listed it. So we said, hey, your net 115, we'll pay all your closing costs. We'll pay the realtor's agent, and we'll just add our fee on top. And that 115, we listed it for about 135, 139, and we were expecting to make maybe five or 10 grand, like 10 grand on the deal. And all of a sudden I got bidded up to 155. So you know, that's uh ways you can make money. Just like if you're just stuck doing wholesaling and you're just making these lowball offers, there's other ways that you can make money with all these leads, right? So how you can partner with us. So rehabs. So we have a few rehabs going on now with a hedge fund partner. Basically, our students can flip houses, rehab them, take them down, and we can sell them if you get the price at 65% of ARV minus rehab costs. It's a conservative ARV. So if ARV is like 300, you're probably gonna take 10% off of that. So 65% of ARV minus rehab costs. And I can kind of write the formula out so you remember it. So let me try to stop my screen. Let me get my notepad so I can. So you can kind of see the progression on how the offers work. So how you partner with us? So our students, what they do is if you need help analyzing deal, we can analyze it for you, come up with the right offers. And then when we do the rehab, like we have a few rehabs going on and where you don't go to the property, you're not looking at it, you're not managing construction, you're not paying holding costs, taxes, insurance. We have a partner that is partnering with us, splitting profits, and then they're the ones putting up all the money and the risk and managing the construction. So that's huge, I think, for anybody, and that's kind of our whole mindset here is we want to flip houses, cash flow houses without getting into debt, without having the liability and risk of getting into debt, right? So that's the mindset with these different offers. Let's see. So here's the offer. If you need to take down a rehab, so we're at ARV times 0.65% minus rehab, right? And let's just do real numbers here. So you got 100,000 times 0.65 is 65,000. And let's say the rehab is 20,000, right? So you're at 55,000. So that would be like the max number that we would be able to do a rehab with our partner. So if you're a partner with us, you have access to that funds, right? So wholesale offer is anywhere it's gonna go. It could the wholesale offer, you can wholesale this too. This offer 65% of ARV, it could be a wholesale fee. So you can get 10, 20 grand, whatever you add your fee on top of that. Um, but typically wholesaling is going to be a higher offer than that. So it's ARV 75%. It could be 70 to 75%, depending on the area. So some markets are lower end areas. Uh, you may be at 70%. Some markets are hot areas still, so you may be at 75%. So let's do 75%. Let's do 75% of ARV, right? So you got 100,000 times 75%, 100K times 0.75, we're at 75,000. And then minus the 20,000 in the rehab cost. So same deal, right? So I actually did my math wrong. So over here is 45, right? So this is 45, not 65,000 minus 20 is 45. So I got that wrong. So over here is 55, right? So to wholesale it, we want to make $10,000 fee. Um, I subtract out my wholesale fee. I want to make 10,000. So my offer to the owner is 75 here. I mean 45. Now, if you want to do rent to own, we do rent to. So what we like to do is we do rent to own, we turn around and Airbnb it. We rent to own, we turn around. You can what we like about rent to own is that there's multiple exit strategies. It's basically like you become the owner of the property. You can even assign these for a fee. So you just assign them for a down payment. You can stay in the middle of the deal where, so if you're partnering with us on like a rent to own deal, we can decide, hey, are we going to Airbnb it? Hey, are we just gonna, you can just sell them if you want. Like if you get a rent to own deal with 50 grand of equity, you can just put it on the market for sale. Um, you can get you can you can live. I lived in like 5 rent to own properties in my 15 years of doing this. So you can have your own dream house, like if you're looking for a house to live in, you can do rent to own, which is I think is better than normal rent because you're locking in equity. So if the property goes up in value, you lock that in the next 3, 4, 5 years. Um, and then so how to partner with us on these? Basically you send us the deal, we analyze the numbers, make sure the numbers work. And then with the rehabs, you basically just send it to us, and then if the numbers work, it takes maybe 4 weeks to close, and then the rehab starts, and you have the option of you can go to the property or not. You can, see what's going on, but they manage everything. The wholesale, we send it out to our email list. So we'd be the ones sending out to the wholesale offer. We send it out to our email list. We have over 30,000 people in the Chicago area that are on our email list. So we send it out to our list for a fee, and then we take care of the whole process from getting the contract signed to finding the buyer and then eventually going to closing. So you're going to use our title company, you're going to use our attorneys, you're going to use the hedge. So you're pretty much hands off, right? So how we have it is like once you get a deal under contract, you send it to us if we're partnering on it, and our goal is to sell it, right? If it's a wholesale, so that you can go ahead and focus on making more offers, getting more deals under contract quicker, right? Because when I started, I was once I had a deal under contract, I had to stop my marketing for new deals so I wouldn't get any new deals in the pipeline because I had to focus on selling that one deal I had under contract. And once I sold that one deal, I would have to go back and start remarketing and finding more sellers, right? So the better way to do it is fill up your pipeline, keep making, get a deal under contract, but yes, uh, partner with us, and then you can continue making offers to sellers because you still have the time, and you can fill up your pipeline with more deals, right? Because the only way you're going to stay consistently closing deals in this business is you fill up your pipeline. Like right now, we probably have about 20 deals under contract, 25 deals under contract that could sell at any moment. And that's what you want to do is like once I have a deal under contract, I need to focus on the next deal, right? So keep filling it up. If you have 4, 5, 10 deals under contract at all times, you're going to be closing deals every month. And the opposite is true. Like if you only have one deal under contract, every month, you're probably going to close one deal every few months or so, or every maybe even 3 months, right? The whole rent to own strategy. So when we partner on it, we just decide like, hey, what do we want to do? Do we want to stay in the middle of it and turn around, furnish it, invest some money and Airbnb it? Do we want to just go ahead and sell it outright? Do we want to just go find another rent to own buyer to put in the property so we can cash flow it and then eventually cash out in 3 years or 2 years? Do we want to just assign it for a down payment? So let's say we find a good rent to own and the owner wants 5,000 down and we could potentially get someone with 20 grand down. We can just assign it, walk away from the deal and split the profit on the down payment. And the straight options are so if it's in a state like that we're licensed, we just basically list these. We just have an agreement with the owner. It could be like a flat fee agreement. It could be a higher percentage agreement. So depending on what we do is we just have like a an agreement with the owner saying, hey, this is the price. This is the option agreement. We're agreeing to 115. We're paying all your closing costs. We're paying any realtor commissions and fees, and we're adding our profit on top of that. And then we can list it, right? If it's different states, we have brokers in different states that we partner with that we can list option agreements as well, so we can do that. But basically, when you're partnering with us, we're taking care of that, like the listing it. We'll contact you for like, hey, you have to schedule the showing with the owner. If it's a lockbox, we're not going to contact you. We'll just give them lockbox codes. And then the partner on Airbnbs, very simple, same thing. Once we have a deal, a contract signed, like a Airbnb management deal. For example, we'll agree with the owner that, hey, we're getting 20 to 25% of total revenue and we manage everything from A to Z. And your only part in that when you partner with us is anytime I have issues, maybe with the property, you contact the owner, let them know what's going on, see if you can get it fixed, right? But the Airbnbs, we manage everything from check in, check out. We have AI technology that's communicating with the guests all the time. We have pricing softwares that are changing the price up and down. We have and that's the most important thing is the pricing. Some months we make nothing, some months, like in the wintertime, we don't make anything in Chicago. Like one property will make like 1,000 a month. And then that same property in summer, because of your pricing softwares, you can make 10 grand in 1 month in the summertime. So at the end of the year, you make a lot more money when you add everything up, right? So with our partners, we analyze the deal for you. We come up with the correct offers for you. You're basically just getting back to the owners with the offer. And then once the offer is made and they accept, we also handhold you with filling out the contract. And you're pretty much hands off on all the offers really from that point. Like we take care of the dispositions where we sell it to the end buyers, or we manage the Airbnb, or we list it, or we manage we have a hedge fund partner that's managing the construction. So that's how you partner with us. And going back to the notepad, so you can see here the sandwich rent to own offer. Typically, the formula on this one is ARV times 0.85% minus rehab. So you can see how the percentage goes higher. So we're able to offer more if they're willing to take terms and do get paid off in the next 2 or 3 years, right? And we have quite a few like Airbnbs that we just rent to own. We rent to own, we Airbnb it for 2, 3 years, and then eventually 2 to 3 years down the line, hopefully the equity went up and we're able to just go ahead and sell it. And we've done that hundreds of times where we lock the deal up today at 200,000, paying $1,000 a month. 3 years later, the house is worth 270, 250, and we just go ahead and list it and sell it, and we collect our spread in the profit that we made, right? So same numbers here. So on the sandwich rent to own, on the price, we're at 85,000 minus the 20,000 rehab. So you see the price goes higher here, so 75,000. So as we get and the rent to own offers, we typically are only going to do that if the property's move-in ready, great condition. We don't need to do any work to it because I'm not trying to wait 6, 7, 8, 9 months doing a rehab and then we can finally cash flow it. So you want to make sure that rent to own, it's move-in ready. Like you can move in right away and there's no pretty much no rehab, little to no rehab needed on these. And then with the rent to own, if you're going to stay in the middle, the main thing is cash flow. So let's say the market rent is 2,000. I need something, right? So typically we're at 75% of the rent. So you're talking about 500 off. So we're at about 1,500 per month in rent. And that's when I will stay in the middle. I have cash flow and I have equity, right? The reason you would probably assign it is maybe there's no cash flow and no equity. They're at full retail price, full retail rent, and it doesn't make sense to stay in the middle. So you just try to get the down payment, right? So you just tell the owner, hey, Mr. Seller, there's no equity in cash flow. I'm an investor. There's no really profit to be made here. What I can do is, I can find we have clients that are credit challenged now, but maybe they can qualify in the next 2 or 3 years to get a loan. But I don't pay you if I don't charge you any fee for bringing a buyer. But what they do is they pay me a fee for finding them a nice rent to own property, and then you can negotiate the down payment from there. Worst case scenario, rent to own assignments, we're doing like 50-50 profit splits. And then straight options, that formula on those is full retail. So I mean, if the ARV is times point, I was do times 0.9 0 at the most minus rehab costs. So minus the rehab. Sorry. So same formula, same numbers. So 100K times 0.9 is 90K minus 20. You're looking at, I don't know what's going on with my math today, so I'm usually pretty good at math and numbers because I'm Asian, so I'm half Filipino. So 70K right here would be the offer. So you see that sandwich rent to own. If I stay in the middle, I need to be at 65. Um, the straight option I goes even higher. I'm at 70,000, right? So I'll be at 70,000 on this one. And this is the worst case, last case scenario because you got to find a retail buyer. You're probably going to have someone getting a conventional loan, maybe even FHA. You got to put it on the market. So, I mean, the property may not even sell because it's priced too high. So, this is the worst case, last case scenario on the straight option to do. Basically, we're just going to be listing the property, right? Again, we analyze your deals for you, come up with the offers for you. So if you are in need of hand holding, you need a partner, a mentor to look at your deals, look at the numbers, make sure the numbers are correct and accurate. If you need someone to uh, help you, like, you don't even need to know these formulas or numbers because we have a CRM that you just plug in the square footage, the comps, and your wholesale fee, what you want to make, market rent, and then it will come up with all the different offers for you. Um, so you don't even need to know the formulas. You don't need to know rehab costs because you're just basically plugging in. You're basically just plugging in the condition of the property. Is it good shape, cosmetic, total gut rehab? So you don't need to know the formulas, but we can help you. You send us the deal, we analyze it for you, come up with the offer, and if we do that, we definitely ask to give us the first shot at the deal with partnering on the deal. If you do get the deal under contract, right? So that's how you partner with us. It's pretty simple. Like I said, the whole concept of this, like when I first started, I would get a deal under contract. I would stop all my marketing for sellers because I needed to find a buyer for my deal. So I called every buyer in the area and I had no time to find new deals and talk to more sellers and make offers. So the whole concept of this is like, you can just send us a deal. We take care of the dispositions and the managing of the property and you go out and just find the next deal, right? So that you can fill up your pipeline so you can keep closing deals because that was my main issue when I started. I would just close maybe one deal every 2 months, 3 months, and then I like, man, something's got to change. Like like I just started. When I first started, I partnered with one of the biggest wholesalers in Chicago. Like he's been doing business for 10 plus years already before me when I started. And I was like, hey, can you sell this deal? Right. And I would partner with him because it's like I rather get more deals under contract than just relying on one deal. Right? If you're just relying on one deal, um, and that's all you have every single month, it's going to be a struggle to make any money in this business, right? So if you need mentorship, partnership, go to kingdomreiacademy.info /homepage. So we changed the website. It's not .com, .info /homepage. We have like a 90-minute presentation on how all of it works. We have, again, funding for deals. We recommend a software that you can get unlimited skip trace leads, a software that you can actually contact leads on autopilot, using using AI technology. So we can help you like set all that up and set up campaigns and all that. Like there's AI technology answering the phones now, AI technology texting people back and forth, trying to get offers. So it's a ton of cool stuff going on with technology that we are starting to do as well. So reach out or go to the page, kingdomreiacademy.info /homepage. And if you need hand holding, you need a mentor, you need someone to analyze your deals, you need funding to do wholesales or fix and flips, reach out to us. And of course, if you have any deals, send it our way. We are always looking to buy, always wholesaling deals, right? So I always end in the Bible because uh God basically has commanded us like share the gospel. If anyone's listening to you, share the gospel, right? If anyone's hearing your voice, you have some type of platform or something where you can talk to people. That's what the Bible's all about, is the good news that Jesus Christ came and was fully God, fully man. He came and died for our sins, and he wants a relationship with you. He wants you to know him, and how you know him is through reading his word, and listening to his word, and not just doing that, but also doing his word, right? So James 3:13, 15. Who among you is wise and understanding? Let him show by his good behavior his deeds in the gentleness of wisdom. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your heart, do not be arrogant, so lie against the truth. This wisdom is not that which comes from above, but is earthly, natural, and demonic. And I'm guilty of that most of my life is selfish ambition. I do everything from selfishness, from my own benefit. It always used to be always for my own benefit. Everything was just about me, how I can build my business, how I can now, as I read the word more and more, it changes from it's not about me anymore. It's about other people. It's about you. It's about like how can I give other people hope for the future? How can I give other people uh uh how can I help other people with what I know, with what I have, right? And what's in your hand? Like what do you have? What do you know? What experiences that you have that you've been through that you can just go out there and help other people, right? So for me, um, I was doing real estate. I've been doing real estate 15 years. Um, And once I got saved, it's like, man, it's not about me anymore. It's about like how can I help other people? And that's why I keep doing this. That's why I keep going every week and I just don't stop. That's why I keep doing these trainings. That's why I keep uh for some reason people are still listening to me. I don't know why after 15 years. But I have some influence on a few people that I can help and that's my goal is that if I can change a few people, if I can just help a few people, it's all worth it, right? If I can just help a few people know God a little more, if I can just help a few people get saved, it's all been worth it, right? So who among you is wise and understanding? Let him show his good behavior by his good deeds in the gentleness of wisdom. So show your good behavior by your deeds, right? Go out and help other people, right? And that's what the beauty about this business is that once you learn it and once you realize that I don't need cash, I don't need credit, I don't need to get into debt, I don't need any of that. If once you realize that and the light bulb goes off in your head and you realize I can close as many deals as I want and it's unlimited potential, right? And then once you actually start closing deals and you realize that this is true, it does work, um, you're gonna want to share this business with everybody. Like, hey, I just made 50 grand this year and I didn't check my credit, I didn't invest hardly any cash. It was just basically cold calling, sweat equity. And you're gonna want to help other people, right? Like, hey, man, you need some extra income, do this side hustle. Of course, this business for me started as a side hustle. I work full time and then 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 hours after work, I'm working on real estate, right? Or even more. So that's what the beauty about this business is that once you learn it, once you're making money, and hopefully one day you're able to quit your job, you can turn around and help others do the same thing, right? Like we closed, I think we had a $28,000 closing in the last week. We had $11,000 closing, $12,000 closing. So 12, 22, 23, plus 28. For some reason, my math is off today. So 51. So 51,000 in profit in the last like 7 days, right? That's what I used to make. Literally had to work all year, right? All year I had to work for that. And you can do that in a week. That's what this business can do. Like um what you used to make every year, you can do it every month, or you can do it on a weekly basis. Just you can scale it to however big you want it, right? And then once you learn the business, you can give back and help others, right? It's called like the Bible talks about helping others eat, right? Helping others, you're feeding other people, right? Like if I can take someone that doesn't know anything about real estate and all of a sudden they're making hundreds of thousands a year in real estate, I just help change that person's whole family, right? Like now they can eat, they can take care of his family. Now you can have a better life, right? So you can change a lot of people's lives with this business, right? And that's why I love it um because you can turn around and give and help as many people as you want. But if you have bitter jealousy and selfish ambition in your heart, do not be arrogant, so lie against the truth, right? So if you're jealous and everything is just about you, every time you do anything is all about you, um, that God doesn't want that. He wants it to be about others, right? It's about glorifying God and then helping other people, right? And that's, I see posts on Facebook where it's like, oh, you got to dominate, you got to kill your competition, you got to do this. It's like that's the opposite of what the Bible teaches. Like, the opposite is you have to have a servant heart. You have to give. You have to help others in need. You have to help others when if you have something to help other people, do it, right? This wisdom is not which comes from above, but is earthly, natural, and demonic. So demonic wisdom is all about jealousy, selfish ambition, is all about you. But when you turn that around and you focus on others, how can I help other people? How can I glorify God while I'm doing this? That is from wisdom from above, from God, right? So James 3:13, I recommend reading the whole book of James. I think it's one of the best books, one of my favorite books in the Bible on just wisdom and just growing in obedience to Christ as well. So you have questions, reach out. It's my number, uh, email, phone. You can call, text, email. If you have any questions at all, reach out, and we'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow at 12 in the membership group. So hopefully we'll see you there. God bless.